Hi guys, it's Christy again. Today I am making some yarn for my mom. So my mom wants black yarn, and I spun up a bunch of really, it's called hat black yarn. It was just double plied on itself, and I thought, you know what? Now I'm using this chocolate brown, natural chocolate brown, because I ran out of the black. So I'll have to dye this after I apply it, but I thought, you know what? I could show everybody who's never really spun how you set up, because there's not that many videos for beginners. So let's zoom in here, and I'll show you as I take off my bobbin what I'm doing. Now I'm on a Kromski Prelude, but most of these are fairly similar. All of them have a break. Now the break, you see this little thing down here? Look, let me get back so you can kind of see it. You see this? This little spring has to be initiated in order to cause enough tension for your, on your thing, your little bobbin, so that your yarn, when it comes through here, will actually go onto your bobbin. This drove me nuts when I first began, because I saw how to set it up, but I did not, for some reason, catch this part. And so I ended up going on to the Facebook page for fiber artists and yarn spinners. If you're not a member, Rebecca, please stop stomping. If you're not a member and you're starting spinning, go ahead and join, because those people saved my bacon by me simply filming what I was doing, and they were able to guide me. And so they're great hands-on helpers. So what I'm doing now is there's a little knob right here, and I'm making it totally slack so I can lift this off of here and take it out. So now I can take off this one, and I'm going to grab my next little bobbin. This is going to be plied later. So I have one of these things, or you don't have to have one of these things. You can jerry rig something. Mine actually came with this thing, and my Lazy Kate's built in. I didn't even know it. That's how much of a beginner I was. But I'll take off this little one, because I started with little bobbins, but I like to make jumbo stuff, so now I have jumbo bobbins. And when you get a jumbo bobbin, you get a jumbo maiden too. So you've got a string on here. Now, there's a trick to doing the string too. But you know what? There's other videos on doing the string. Basically, it's just a slip knot so that it doesn't wiggle around too much. So I'll put this on here. Get it back up for you. Kind of just lift this up. There's two ridges. Doesn't really matter which one. It just controls the speed. I mean, it matters if you're super technical, but if you're a beginner and you're just trying to spin, you know, don't get hung up on the little nuances. If you're a more advanced spinner, then this is not the video for you. Thank you for stopping by. But I'm relatively a new spinner, and I am not a technical spinner at all. So now I'm turning this break thing, and as I turn it, you'll notice my spring, if I can zoom in here, starts to spring up. Let's see if we can get it down here. So my spring gets tighter as I turn that, see? Now, there's a specific level of tightness that you want it, and you just have to play with it to find out what it is. Because if it's too loose, this will spin and spin and spin, but no yarn will get sucked up, and that'll drive you nuts. If it's too tight, it'll be really hard to treadle, and everything will be sucked up so fast that your yarn has no spin at all. So that's not what you want either. So I have a whole giant bag here of roving, and I don't really like to use roving, but I'm using roving because this is a natural dark brown, and so I figure when I dye it black, it'll just be that much easier and richer and darker. So I like to fold it like this because that's, for me, it's more like spinning raw, and I usually spin raw alpaca from clouds. So I just grab tufts of it and do it, and I love doing that. But I need this wool, and Mom really needs wool because she's crocheting, and wool is springier than alpaca, and it keeps its shape better. Not to diss alpaca, because you know I love the alpaca. Okay, maybe I should show you this. If you're a brand spanking new person, you've got your slip knot on here. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, then check another video. There's all kinds of videos out there on making a slip knot. Stick that in there, go in through your hooks. Then, right here, now where am I gonna get this? So hard to film it. Right here, there's a hole. You see this hole? So I'm gonna go, and here's my little special hooky thing. If you don't have a special hooky thing, then use a crochet hook. So I stick this in here and up into this, through this hole, right here. I wonder if you can see it. I don't know if you can, but I'm going to grab, this is so hard to figure out from here. Anyways, I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna pull it through here. See? Pulled it through. Now I've got my little leader. And I do mean little. Oh my goodness. Normally that would be way, way longer. So, it has a little bit of alpaca still on there, but that's okay. Alpaca is nice. Now when you're beginning, guys, don't even start with your good wool. All right? Start with just some store-bought store-bought yarn to begin with. And don't even start trying to get it on the bobbin at the very beginning. Just practice treadling. So I'm going to not even put anything on here, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Treadling and drafting is just like two different things going on. Now you'll notice, I got this back as far as it'll go. I did, okay. So you'll notice that my spinning wheel is on a little rubber mat. Just one of those little rubber mats that you get to put underneath your dishes and stuff. You just not, or underneath rugs. It's just a little non-skid thing because I have a wooden floor, and what'll happen when you're treadling is your spinning wheel will kind of move away from you. The other thing I want to point out is that I'm sitting on my footstool. You kind of need to be down lowish, and you need to, be, well, at least I need to be down lowish to get a good angle from my foot. I used to think, oh, my foot's too small for this thing, but every foot is a different size, and you just have to, and a lot of people like to treadle barefoot, but I put off my notifications, but I didn't think about the clock. Just let that bong. Oh my gosh, it's gonna bong 11 times. I'm gonna pause you. Are we rolling? Yes, okay. All right, so just practice treadling, okay? Now the idea with treadling is that you need to be able to keep your wheel going continually in one direction. just pick a direction. I always spin clockwise, and when I apply, I counterclockwise. I think most people do that. Once you get this motion down, which looks easy, but it does take a fair amount of practice. I mean, maybe you'll get it just like that, and that would be fabulous if you did. But you might not. So practice that first. It's just a heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. So it's not really like a bicycle at all. You're gently rocking your foot back and forth and back, and it's not a race. You're not trying to go fast. You're just trying to go consistently. All right? And you're trying to not let your wheel stop. Now your wheel's gonna stop from time to time. And that's okay, because you'll grab more yarn and then more fiber, and you'll add it to it, and you'll do all sorts of stuff, stop and go. But it'd be nice if you could start it even without touching it. And you'll get to that point. So once you've done that for a while, then you're gonna practice putting yarn, regular store-bought cheap yarn, onto your leader. Once you can get that onto your bobbin, then you are ready to rock and roll. Okay? I hope that answers a lot of your, I'll just hold it. I hope that answers a lot of your very beginner questions and quandaries, because it was really hard for me to get started. So I'm gonna just cut this one off here, because it looks like it's like 11 minutes long, and that's probably the max that I have on my memory right now. So let's go ahead and stop there, and in part 2 I will show you how I start up just starting. But there's lots of videos of how to spin. But you know what, if you love my channel, and I hope you do, then give it a thumbs up, and be sure to stick around for the next video. I'm just about to film it. Talk to you later.